genders don't matter if somebody going upside your head. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about, well, I wonder if that was a male or a female, or when you getting hit, all you think about is ouch and how they hit back. Let's not just get out of that. Now, everybody's not violent either, but you know what I'm saying. If you in the gym, blood rushing, testosterone and estrogen everywhere, everybody already motivated and trying to get strong, somebody go test your strength out. So, and we getting too old for that. That's just real silly. The only thing you should be mad about is the IRS, HOA maybe, and your credit score if you need to work on it. Relax. Or work together. You can always just work together. You can do that too.
Yes.
And not be such a jerk on the machine. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how the person look or if they not coming to the gym as often or whatever. If anybody is in the gym trying to work on themselves, that's progress. If you go in the gym, you know what I'm saying? And very commendable. If you go in the gym and do a few push-ups and get back in your car, as crazy work as everybody think that is, that might be your starting point.
I seen a quote, man, that really stood out to me, and it said that the hardest weight to lift at the gym is the front door.
Wow.
So once you get that front door open, man, you already made some progress. Yeah. So just opening that front door. Yeah. So
man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was just kind of deep. Yeah.
There's another dynamic in a gym, and there's a men versus women in gyms and their experience. Now, I know there are gyms out there for
everything is man versus woman, bro. It's the gym. But go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. So check this out. So from my experience going into the gym, I'm cool with the bros. I don't really bother the women. I know that's a dynamic out there that when women go to the gyms, that some women are being harassed at the gyms by men that they call creeps, and I'll get into that. But I'll speak on my experience first. And my experience at the gym has for the most part been pleasant, because there are people at the gym, bruh, that I don't even know their name, but I see them in the gym very often. We're like, oh, what's going on, man? Dap up, love, back to the pump. You know what I'm saying? And, I dig that part of the culture in a gym where you could just see people every day, not even know their name, and be cool. Like, oh man, what you working on today? Well, I'm doing arms, I'm doing legs, things like that. Just cool, the bros. You know what I'm saying? And I think that part of and they can be motivational as well, because you probably see somebody with a physique that could be your goal, and it'd be like, oh man, I ask, what's the sauce? That's what I go. Like, man, what's the sauce? I'm not talking about no steroids, not like that, no trend. I'm talking about like, what's your regimen? And they'll be like, yeah, man, I do this every day, and I work on this and things like that. So that's a part of influence that I can get with, as far as like the gym culture. And so for myself, it's been cool. I go with my missus, so being that we go together, people start to recognize us as this guy at the front desk, because the missus like to match most times. Right. So we sometimes we have on the same color. I got on the gray and black. Subject. She got on the gray and black. Yes.
That's a whole nother subject. We'll talk about that another time. Y'all with this wanting to match. Go ahead. I'm not even gonna touch it, Dral. I'm not gonna touch
it. But yes, so we go in there, we match, and so some people recognize us, like, and things like that, because we've been going to this particular gym for a while now, and so I don't really interact, and so, like I told you, most of the time the men and the women are targeting different things, so I don't really have to really interact too much with the opposite sex, because they're on a different side. Now, if they are on that side, maybe they're probably wiping down the machine that I'm waiting to get on, or I'm wiping down the machine that I'm waiting to get on. But it's no pretty no reaction. And that's cool with me. Now, with the other side of that, you get the people who have those gym crushes. All right, right? So those gym crushes, people go to the gym, and there are people that see somebody who may be looking good. The women may see a guy who look, physically fit, and the men may see a woman looking good with her assets and things like that. Now, it's important to keep in mind that there is a 3-second rule that I was told. I was told this was during a work training, mind you. That's how funny it is. It was during a work training where they said 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Any more than 3 seconds could be deemed as some harassment. You know what I mean? So if you're looking at somebody, you got 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
And no, if you're asking, hey, what if I look away and I look back? Do the 3 seconds reset? No. The
That's
3
a
seconds
wild
do not
question,
reset. You got
bro.
3 seconds. So if you're looking at somebody, bro.
That's a wild question, bro. Can I reset my 3 seconds? Can I turn? Can I look? No. You know what kind of creep you gotta be, bro? Dog, the level of creep is insane. That is assassin tier level.
There are 51%. 51. This is half of gym goers. 51% of gym goers say they have a gym crush.
Okay.
Yeah. So you may find somebody, but the important thing to keep in mind is always go in with the mindset that most people in this gym don't want to be bothered, and you'll be fine. And so that's why you got this group of gym influencers, I'll call them, that go out on a creep hunt. You know what I'm saying? So the 3 seconds may not be safe, because what they'll do with those 3 seconds is they'll slow that video down, make it 30 seconds. That's how slow the video is. Like you were staring at them the whole time at the gym, bro. So sometimes it's not safe, and that's why
prison.
That's why
you're going to the slabber. The big house.
So you creeping like TLC, huh?
You feel what I'm saying?
So that's the other side, where you get those influencers, and I put air quotes on that,
right?
Because they like to call themselves influencers, that go to the gym, set that camera up, be in the skimpiest of gym wear. Now, I want to touch on this before I dive deep into that, is that I am not the police of women's bodies, right? So I'm not going to say what's appropriate to wear and what's inappropriate to wear at the gym, because there are some women out there who just got the curves, right? So anything you wear could be looked at as sexual,
right?
So I'm not going to police nobody and what they wear, but there are some people out there that do. And so when you're out there and you call yourself an influencer and you creep hunt, and you got on these, for lack of a better word, booty shorts to wear, you wanna show your assets to this camera. So you got it jiggling, you pulling your pants up, leggings, yes. When you got that on, the skin tight, the ones with the, and you stand in front of that camera and you got it, you doing your thing, and you got it to post for the world to see. But that man that look in 3D, like he's right there, he's looking with you, it's a problem. I think that's a little bit weird, that you're gonna post this video, what you wearing for the world to see you in these things, and a man in 3D look at you for 3 seconds, give him 3, and it's an issue, because people are going to look. There is nobody now. There are blind people out there, but most people in the gym are going to be looking at people. Even women look at women. So we got to stop the cap with just
That's a
a
whole
lot of men
nother
just be looking
subject.
at me.
Subject
Yeah.
alert. Because you're getting ready to get canceled in 5, 4, 3.
I'm being fair with this.
No,
I'm being fair
it's
with
real
it.
balance,
That's
bro.
why
but
I
you know they don't talk
I
about
won't
that
police
side.
nobody's bodies, bro.
They won't talk about that side.
Yeah, wear what you want to wear. You hear me?
Yeah.
But you do understand what comes with it. And unfortunately, there really are creeps out there, but not every man that look is a creep. Not every woman that look is a creep. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just, you know.
Oh, I have an idea. Also, everybody don't want you. I'm going to hold your hand and I'm going to say that one more time. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Everybody don't want you.
For sure. So,
All right, I'm just saying.
For sure. So that's another thing. And, you know, when you're calling yourself an influencer, but that's your claim to fame is, you know, you're trying to, and one person that I like to watch, I'm not even subscribed to him, but they come across my feed, I guess because the algorithm being that I like to watch some workout videos just to see form, because I like to make sure my form is right. But I do see that what that comes, those influencers that like to creep hunt, Joey Swole, a lot of the times call people out, men and women, for being horrible people in gyms. From the recording people, which is why a lot of people want cameras outside of gyms. Cameras can be innocent if you are truly focusing on yourself, not what's around you, but you are aware what's around you because you don't want to record anybody else that don't want to be recorded. But you snapping a picture, whatever like that, you focusing on yourself, then I don't think anybody will have a problem with it. The problem is when you got other people on these cameras and you're trying to expose those people, whether they're working out crazy or you know, you think they're looking at you or they're too close to you, you know what I'm saying, or things like that. So when it comes to that, that's when it becomes a problem, because not everybody, like Joe mentioned, want you in the gym. It could be a coincidence that y'all are in the same area or things like that. You look up and catch them looking at you. You know, people are going to look at people. You know, and sometimes unknowingly, you just people watching in between sets, because you know most people looking at their phone. Other people like just zone out and may not even be looking at you, just may be zoned out and they're, you know, looking in your area and things like that. So it's you know, be wary and be conscious of what's going on, you know, in and around you. You know, so that's another thing. Now, the influencer part of it is understanding that when somebody come up to you like, hey, I don't want to be on camera, respect that. Or somebody walking. I've seen instances where somebody walk into the frame of your camera. Well, you're in a gym. People only got so many places to walk. And you can't get mad that somebody's walking into your frame. You don't need to be recording. If you want to feel comfortable, nobody in your frame, record you working out at home. You ain't got to worry about nobody walking in your frame or nothing like that. But when you're in a gym, a public gym at that, a commercial gym, or even a private gym, I've never been to those, so I can't speak on those too much. But when you're in a commercial gym, for sure, you can't get mad at somebody walking into your frame, you know? So things like that is what messes up gym culture a lot of the times, when people who want to be those influencers, but only want to be an influencer, if you want to call it an influencer, by rage baiting. You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on that?
I think people should respect gym culture. If everybody's trying to work out and everybody's trying to get it in, I think it's another opportunity for us to show the world how to work together in different scenarios, man. Because a lot of people, especially America, they really don't think that we have it in us to work together to do anything as a community in any culture right now. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, that seems to be a common thought among every side in most walks of life. So globally, whether you're in America or Argentina, Brazil, wherever you are, I think respecting gym culture is a really good way to show people in your area that we could work together and get things done and have a common goal of strengthening ourselves mentally, spiritually, physically. So I think that that's something that we should do. It doesn't happen as often as it should because everyone is trying to push their agenda forward. Yes, I can record. No, I don't want to be recorded. I don't want to be in your recording. Everybody is trying to figure out how to coexist in the gym. And no one wants to be the one to sacrifice their thing they want in order to see the common goal of coexistence in the gym. I think that's really the gym issue in that way speaks to a broader issue in the human race altogether throughout history. We just see it in gym culture now, and it's flooding other environments that we're involved in. But we definitely see it in gym culture. So I think that we should work together. If somebody don't want to be recorded, it's okay. If they're not recorded, if you want to record, you got to understand that there are other people that are in the environment that are maybe they don't want people to see them right now in the middle of their transformation. You just have to be more considerate of other people and what they have going on. I just think, as far as gym culture goes, we need to work together. Like all other environments we have, bro. We just don't. We don't want to do it. Traffic in a grocery store. I joke around sometimes with people and say, if you want to know how people drive, watch how they move around in a grocery store with a basket. You gonna see exactly how they drive. Now, y'all try it out there, and you let me know in the comments if that's actually something that you've seen. I know it's weird. It's not backed by nobody research. It's just me and my public school education thought of that. That was it.
Not public school, bro.
Public.
Now,
yes, sir.
Couples who work out together. I've seen a stat that said 44% of couples who work out together finds that it strengthens their relationship. So if y'all got that common goal in mind and y'all working out together, shout out to you. But I do understand that people have different journeys, and sometimes that one person is on a different path right now to where they need to focus on something that they do themselves. So I do understand that, but I want to give a shout out to those who working out together. I do find that also that when you got a partner, it don't necessarily have to be a couple, but when you got a partner that you go to work out with, you tend to stick with it a little bit longer because you got that extra motivation. So shout out to them as well, man. Who got that partner out there that make them stick to it. Like, hey, man, we gotta get it in, or things like that. So I've heard good things about that for those duos out there or those groups. I don't really see groups like that, but I do see a lot of duos that work out together, that hold each other accountable, man, that keep them consistent and things like that. There could be some toxic things in the gym culture that really have put a sour taste on people's gym experience. For those people that's in this gym, I understand that, again, there are some toxic things that go on into the gym as far as like with the machine hoggers, the baiters out there. And what I mean by those are that are baiting you to look at them. And you also got the creeps out there. There are some creeps. I'm not going to say there are no creeps. There are some creeps out there that people have to combat, especially women. Because I think because men are naturally the hunters, when it comes to getting a relationship, they think that, oh, she look good in this gym, I'm about to talk to her. And women be like, hey, I'm trying to work out, man. Leave me alone. And that's what we got to understand. Just if you go into that gym just with the mindset of, people are just here to get themselves better. They're not necessarily looking for love. Some people are, but I believe it's a small percentage. I don't think a lot of people are. So just be careful out there because you can get that charge on you. You're going to jail. things like that.
The slammer. In case
So
you
just
wouldn't
leave
listen
people
earlier.
alone, man. Get your workout in. Focus on yourself. That's what we're there for, right? We're trying to better ourselves mentally, physically, right? So get in that gym, get your workout on. You see what my shirt says. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it says, not tomorrow, today. That's what this shirt says. Not tomorrow, today. Get out there, get it in, get your grind on.
Thank you so much for watching Real Day Nation. Here at Real Day, we love to have field days, and on Real Week, we love to let the real speak, and the real has spoken.